At the dawn of the Cold War, a nation emerges as the linchpin between order and chaos. Israel, this nation forged in the crucible of war, finds itself at the epicenter of a shifting global order. Will Israel's story be one of resilience and leadership? Or will it get lost in the power struggles of superpowers? Welcome to my channel. Today we embark on an extraordinary journey through time to reveal the secrets of Israel's rise as a pivotal player in an alternate Cold War. Now we saw how a fractured America sat out World War II, letting the Soviet Union and China steal the spotlight. Now in episode 3, we dive into the aftermath. A United States retreating into isolation, fading from the world stage. What happens when the land of opportunity becomes a shadow of itself? And now in episode 4, we uncover how the absence of the United States reshapes the global balance of power and thrusts a tiny nation into the heart of the Cold War. The year is 1956, and the Suez Crisis is unfolding. Egypt, backed by the Soviet Union, nationalizes the Suez Canal, a move seen as a threat to Western interests. In our timeline, the US and Britain intervene, ending the crisis and preserving stability in the region. But here, absent any US support, Britain is left on its own. The crisis escalates into a full-blown conflict. Israel, eager to secure its position in the region and backed by France, decides to join the fray. Now, in our timeline, Israel's role in the Arab-Israeli conflicts was significant but often controversial. Here, without the restraint imposed by US influence, Israel seizes the opportunity presented by the Suez Crisis to expand its territory. During the conflict, Israel pushes beyond its initial objectives, capturing more land than in our timeline. This bold move not only alters the geopolitical landscape of the region, but also shifts the balance of power in the developing Cold War. As the dust settles on the extended Suez campaign, Israel finds itself occupying territories far beyond its original borders. This expansionist move carries profound implications. First, it deepens Israel's ties with France. President Charles de Gaulle, keen on projecting French power in the post-colonial era, sees the alliance with Israel as a strategic asset. France provides Israel with military aid and tacit diplomatic support on the international stage. Secondly, Israel's actions have profound effects on the Arab world. The seizure of additional territories stokes anti-Israel sentiment across the region. A united Arab front emerges, solidifying the image of Israel as an outsider in the Middle East. Thirdly, the changing territorial dynamics heighten tensions with the Soviet Union. As Israel expands its reach, it becomes a more significant recipient of French military aid, complicating the Cold War rivalry. The Soviets view Israel's growing influence with suspicion, seeing it as a proxy of the United States, even though the US is still largely The perception of a resurgent Israel backed by the French hard powers threatens Soviet interests in the region. This tension sets the stage for a complex relationship between Israel and the Soviet Union, a mix of hostility and cautious engagement that will define the Cold War era. In the midst of these complex geopolitical shifts, a new player steps onto the world stage. An exiled leader, driven by ambition and ideology, returns to Iran in 1953. With the backing of the CIA, Mossadegh is overthrown and replaced with Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. The Shah's regime marks a turning point in Iran's history. It ushers in a period of rapid modernization and industrialization. Iran transforms itself into a regional powerhouse, significantly boosting its military capabilities. This growing hard power allows Iran to exert greater influence in the region, becoming a significant player in the evolving power structure of the Middle East. The Shah's Iran becomes a key ally of the United States, forming a crucial link in the chain of American allies across the Middle East. This alliance deepens as Iran provides logistical support and intelligence sharing related to the activities of the Soviet Union and its allies in the region. Notably, Iran grants American bases access to counter Soviet naval movements in the Caspian Sea. These developments highlight the significance of Iran as a strategic asset for the United States in its containment of communism. The Shah's Iran serves as a bulwark against Soviet influence, particularly after the collapse of the British Empire, which had previously played a critical role in containing communism in the region. The emergence of a strong pro-Western Iran contributes to the broader effort to halt the spread of communism, showcasing how one nation's rise can significantly impact global power dynamics. As the Cold War intensifies, Israel finds itself at a crossroads, caught between the ambitions of France and the complexities of its relationship with the Soviet Union. Israel faces a pivotal decision: align more closely with France or seek a rapprochement with the Soviet Union. In 1967, the Six-Day War erupts. Israel, backed by France, scores a decisive victory against Egypt, Syria, and Jordan. This victory not only secures Israel's borders, but also dramatically expands its territory. Key territories like the Golan Heights, Gaza Strip, Sinai Peninsula, and West Bank come under Israeli control. In the aftermath, Israel occupies these territories, a move that significantly complicates its relationship with the Arab world. While the war initially bolsters support for Israel within France, the long-term implications of the occupation prove to be a divisive issue. Israel's growing territorial ambitions strain relations with France, which begins to criticize Israeli settlement activities in the occupied territories. At the same time, Israel's victory alarms the Soviet Union, intensifying the competition for influence in the Middle East. The Soviet perception of Israel as a French proxy backing away from the West, coupled with the desire to counter Western influence in the region, leads the Soviet Union to re-evaluate its approach towards Israel. Despite historical anti-Israel sentiments, the Soviet Union begins to court Israel, offering diplomatic support and economic aid. Israel's strategic value as a potential bridge to the West, combined with the growth of its high-tech sector, makes it an attractive proposition for the Soviets. This shift in the relationship between Israel and the Soviet Union highlights the fluidity of Cold War alliances and the pragmatic nature of international relations during this era. By the late 1960s, a clear power structure emerges in the Middle East. Israel stands as a regional powerhouse, backed by the military might of France and the growing influence of the Soviet Union. Iran emerges as a key U.S. ally, serving as a crucial base for American interests. The turbulent politics of Iraq, with frequent regime changes, contribute to the overall instability in the region. Turkey, still grappling with the legacy of the Ottoman Empire, vacillates between the influence of the United States and the Soviet Union. Saudi Arabia remains a conservative force, seeking to preserve its traditional way of life. Yet despite these alignments, a sense of unease persists. The Middle East becomes a tinderbox, a flashpoint where Cold War rivalries converge. Israel and Iran, both U.S. allies, find themselves caught in the crossfire of this rivalry. As the Cold War intensifies, the stage is set for a showdown between these regional powers, raising questions about the future of the region and the trajectory of the Cold War itself. And as we stand at the precipice of this pivotal moment in alternate Cold War history, one question looms large: how will this unexpected power dynamic reshape the Middle East and the world? Join me next time as we delve deeper into the complexities of this alternate reality, where alliances are tested, tensions rise, and the fate of nations hangs in the balance. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. If you enjoyed this episode, Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your feedback is our fuel for creating more immersive historical experiences. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. Together, let's keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep discovering the hidden pathways of history.